I'm not sure how new her man is. I'm gonna find out about that and let y'all know. But ladies and gentlemen, I have in the building, Kalawa Chiquita, Busiswa!
You gotta clap for yourself. So.
Kumele usitshele ngoba uzotshela ubani.
Ngeke utshelwe abantu, so kumele uqale uzazise.
Babe, what's wrong with
Thank you.
Like, you are killing the game right now. You know, I've got to tell you. So Z and I have this thing. Just before she puts on her wig, or I put on my lashes, but no, this is Pearl. Then when they're on, this is Pill Thusi, okay? And I always say to her, don't be zinhle, uput DJ zinhle, faka my lashes hambe.
Yeah.
When you put that hair on, girl, and then outfit, Ngati, yes, this is who we invited. I don't know who that other girl was.
That arrived,
right?
I feel like that as well all the time. I'm like, you know what, I didn't wake up like this, but I sure as hell like looking like
they don't need to know how you woke up like. That's your business.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
So, baby girl, I'm so excited. I've actually never sat down and interviewed you properly before.
No.
We've never had like a sit-down conversation.
No.
And you know,
we've had a lot of party conversations though.
We've performed together, low-key, kind of. So I'm very excited to have this conversation with you because you don't actually say a lot about your life.
No.
Why?
Because, you know, I don't, I'm not actually that exciting. I'm very boring. Like nyapora, like angiko scandalasi. You know, I'm just all I'm doing is trying to make music and trying to make that work.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters to me. So that's all I talk about. Obviously now that my baby's born, that's all I talk about.
Yeah.
But you know, there's not much, you know, behind the scenes.
And how much are you gonna let us in this interview? You've come here, babe. We're here now.
Okay, so I'm turning 30 this year. My first cover just came out. I just had a baby. I'm a mommy, and I think that I'm at a point where I got my first award nomination. So I think
only now.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think I'm at a point where I can talk about everything. Like
You're okay.
I'm chilled. You can ask me anything.
You're okay. Come on, Utinu babes. No, I'm going award. What's in?
No more. 5 years in the game. No summer, but no more.
Why do you think it's taken so long for you to even get a nomination?
I don't know. I think because it's just the summer specifically. I think that maybe it's because I've been doing a lot of features as opposed to my own album, which is just come out.
And she's about to tell us all about her man. So we know how you guys met. Why did you decide to keep the baby?
Well, I didn't consider not keeping the baby. Let's put it like that.
Why?
It was never an option to not keep the baby. And I'm thinking of something actually Cardi B said. She was like, you know what? I'm grown, I'm a millionaire, and I'm gonna be fine either way, you understand? I'm a grown woman. I'm almost 30 this year.
Yeah.
And you know, I got a good bank account. Okay. And I just, there was no point where I felt like maybe I shouldn't, it was just about adjusting myself and saying, oh my gosh, my whole life is gonna change. My belly's gonna grow. I'm already struggling to lose weight. Oh my gosh, I'll be off in December. Because December was my 9th month of pregnancy.
Oh,
and it's like, it's your money spinner month, right? I think I make more money in December than I make in the whole year put together.
So you had to...
So I was off on that month. And wow, like in the humblish,
really?
No, like I'm humbled. I'm humbled, And I had my baby. I didn't have medical aid.
Babes,
because
what?
I didn't have medical aid before I fell pregnant.
Why?
Because I'm not a sickly person. I was just like,
babe, but like things can happen,
I know. I have, cover and hospital this and hospital, but not medical aid. So when
if you had to be hospitalized, you were gonna be okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But maybe if I have like a cancer or whatever, maybe I'd have to pay for that myself.
That's
or leukemia and whatever. But
touch something.
Thank God.
Touch wood.
Oh my gosh. But God forbid. But so I had just had to plan my life differently. I was like, okay, medical aid.
And was he ready for it?
Life cover.
Your man?
Not at all. So my man has another son who is about 1.5 years old now. So he had just had a child, guys. And that was
Clearly, he didn't learn from his. Not a mistake, technically.
not
okay,
a
okay.
mistake. They're all blessings. They're
Yeah.
all blessings. Okay, we love them. The only thing was that we were both kind of. So he had been in another relationship at the same time. It might have overlapped a little bit, but not too much. Okay,
Stress,
just
babe.
a little bit. But so he had just come out of another relationship, and he had just had a baby, his first child. And so when we were together, I think he was most afraid of telling his mother, because it's like, oh my gosh, what are you trying to do? Is this how it's gonna be every year? You know what I mean? But more than
Weren't you
that,
scared though because of that possible overlap?
yeah,
and-
I was scared for my family. I was scared, something scandalous is gonna be written or said, and they're gonna feel like, oh my gosh.
Does
what
the
is-
girl hate you? The other mother hate you?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure.
You've never spoken. The
No.
kids haven't met.
Not yet. I mean, they're very small. So, but we're easing into it because this was literally everything happened very, very quickly.
And you're not stressed about him like doing the same thing to you. I mean, that's always my biggest like.
I am, yeah. I wonder, and especially when I'd been pregnant, and the the sex life was adjusted a little bit, especially after the birth.
Also, that
after
6
the
weeks is
birth,
long, girl.
You understand? Like some things happen. So I do get stressed out, and I do get insecure, and I do wonder. But I feel like pretty much every day he is proving to me that he's here. He's proving to me that he's in this. He's not trying to be that guy who's just like ta.
What's his name, babes?
His name is Katlego.
Katlego who?
Katlego Mlangeni.
Mlangeni?
Yeah, he's known as KG.
Look at your face.
And yeah, he's a cute guy.
Yes.
He's not bad. So our son is like ridiculously handsome. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, your looks, my brains. He's gonna change
You're
the
so
world.
beautiful, girl. Mele azi. And mele ahamba ayolobola. We don't have time for this.
Please, I didn't tell you.
We're not here for this. Nimthuthelen, Katlego Mlangeni, lobola. Okay, so in this industry, not just the music industry, women are under a lot of pressure often to use their sexuality.
Yeah.
As men can as well, but I think there's a lot less pressure on men to be like, your body looks like this or your body doesn't
Yeah.
look like that. And the way society perpetuates that is so intense. What I've noticed about you is that you seem to not let that pressure get to you. I think from what I heard, you were spoken to, you need to maybe show more skin and be more sexual. I don't feel like you necessarily did that, but you were just yourself and you give it your best every time. How did that make you feel, that you were made to feel like maybe you should do more sexually?
So, like I said, I grew up, I'm so fortunate. I think it's because of my grandmother and my mother, but I grew up very confident. Like, I
Yeah?
grew up understanding that I'm powerful and, things like that, and I'm beautiful. And when I first came into the industry in 2012, I remember the first awards show we performed at, and I got feedback. And the feedback on my look was horrible. I was heartbroken.
What was the feedback?
Well, the feedback was like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly. Oh my gosh, she's so fat. Oh my gosh, she needs a stylist. Oh my gosh, what was she thinking? Like, all the horrors you can think of, you understand? And it was the first time that I had like heard things like, you're ugly. I was like, me?
Yes!
Oh my God. So I then came to realize that that's what people do when you first come through in the industry. You get like the most crit, and then people either grow to love you for your work, or they get used to who you are, or you just get better stylists and makeup artists. And then
What did you do?
I did all of the above. People grew to just like me for my work, or they got used to me. I got better makeup artists, you know what I mean? So I pay attention to those things. So I try to look my best, but also I understand that I'm very powerful, and I understand that my talent is my biggest asset, and that's my brain and my writing. And I understand that that's my greatest quality. And I've come to learn also that my confidence inspires others. So there's nothing you can tell me now that's going to like break my heart, you know what I mean? Because the feedback that I get the most now is that you've taught me to be confident in myself.
Catch up on Mzansi's most scandalous tell-all with your favorite celebrities. Behind the Story, Seasons 1 and 2 on Thursday, the 18th of April at 3:15, leading up to the premiere of a new Ripped from the Headlines season on the 15th of May. Can you handle their truths? Now on BET Africa, channel 129.